So it's been a long time since I've been able to say this, but finally, welcome back to another vinyl update. So hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now I'm very excited, we're going to do another vinyl update today. It's been nearly 3 months, believe it or not, since the last vinyl update. And the last vinyl update was like 10 minutes long because I hadn't been buying that much vinyl. But luckily, I was able to go record hunting the other day and I've got a big pile of goodies to show you guys. It's been a long time since I went record hunting. But look at all this stuff I've got to show you. I've got a nice pile. This has been, well, to be honest, about 6-7 of the records are from the last 3 months. And the rest of them in that pile were from yesterday when I went into London and went shopping. Basically, I'll explain now. I went to... The reason there hasn't been any videos for the last 5 days over the weekend, because I normally upload my videos over the weekend, is because I was on holiday. Only for the weekend. I only went to Amsterdam. Here's my bracelet to prove it. I am Amsterdam. Had a great time there. It was amazing. But when I got there, I found out there were record shops there. Quite a few. And I thought, oh, that's cool. I'll just take myself off and go spend some money in some record stores. I found out on a Saturday. And we went home. I left late evening Monday, basically. So I had Sunday and Monday. Wasn't surprised the record shops were all shut on Sunday, so I was like, fair enough, I'll try Monday. Believe it or not, but Monday out there, all these small shops, like record shops, are also shut on a Monday. It's Sundays and Mondays out there, apparently, so I was unable to go record shopping. So when I come home, I was still in the vibe. I built myself up that I was going to do some record shopping. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go into London, going to hit some record shops, and that's exactly what I did. And I come home with some really, really cool records, which I'm really excited to show you guys in a minute. But before we get onto them, I've got, as I say, about 6-7 records which have come in pre-orders over the last 3 months. I've got 2 CDs first. I call these vinyl updates, but of course I like to share my music thoughts. CD, cassette, not that I buy cassettes really, Blu-ray, music stuff, all that kind of stuff. So I've got 2 CDs to show off first. One is, of course, the new Paul McCartney album, Egypt Station. Not going to go into this, nor the vinyl, because I'm going to quickly brush over the vinyl in a minute. I've done 3 videos back-to-back on this album, so I can't lie, I'm kind of sick of talking about it. But anyway, here's the CD quickly. It's got a little rubber band that comes off. It's a very cool layout for a CD. This one, I haven't shown the CD off really, unless people watch my live stream. But I don't expect people to sit through that, because it's quite a long video, so I'll show the CD. I don't mind showing the CD. But I've got an entire video on the vinyl. So I'm not going to show off the vinyl. But the CD pops out this little jacket like so. And yeah. Oh, I put the shrink wrap in here to try and save the hype sticker. That CD don't want to go back in. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So Paul McCartney, Egypt Station, the CD. My thoughts are pretty much exactly the same as when I reviewed it now. I think that is kind of my overall opinion of it now. As I say, definitely improved since the live streams. When I listened to it first time around, I was just meh on it. And then, as you guys saw in my review, I kind of learnt to appreciate the album for what it was. And it's kind of stayed there for me now. I've listened to it a couple more times since the review, but I also bought this CD as well. It was like £3. And this is now, that's what I call 80s. I have a few 80s compilations. I love, like, when I have friends around and stuff, I really love playing the cheesy stuff, and none of my 80s CDs have that. I mean, I could always use Spotify, but my CD player downstairs doesn't have an aux lead, so I have to put a CD in. I found this CD super cheap, and it just has all my perfect cheesy songs on. As you can see there, I just throw that up, and you can read through the track listing. This is like a perfect 80s compilation CD. For me and my mates. So yeah. As you can see, one of them's still on my player, apparently. It's not got my personal favourite 80s songs on. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them are amazing, and a couple of them would be my favourite 80s songs. But it's a great one for when I have my friends around. So I thought I'd show that quickly. I'm not going to show this. This, again, is Egypt Station on vinyl. This is the limited edition orange and blue vinyl. I think it's Orange or Blue from Paul McCartney's website. I've done a whole video just completely on this. So if you want to see that, go check it out. But yeah, there's that. Here is Paul Simon's new album. This is In the Blue Light. I still have yet to play this. This came out the same day as Paul McCartney's album. And I've literally forgot this album existed. So I need to get on that and play that. I have played this album. This is Paul Weller's new album, True Meanings. And this is a really good album, guys. I have played this one. This was really good. I'm going to show you this one because this one's really pretty. And they've done a very nice job on this one. It's very classy. It only just fits in a double. It's really, really glossy. It's nice and thick, as you can see. This was just a really good listen, guys. I really, really enjoyed this. Yeah, the records slide out in their black sleeves. Parlophone. It's always nice to see a Parlophone label. It's nice that Parlophone have kept their labels the same. I really like that. And then also, on the inside, we've got a little book. Or little leaflet, almost. On the inside there. And this is such a good album, guys, honestly. This is, at the minute, my favourite album of the year. At the minute. So, very classy. Absolutely love it. Great, great stuff there. Paul Weller, very classy man. Very classy. Very, very acoustic album. Very mellow. It's not perfect. I think, you know, a bit of variety would have done this album a favour. But it's just so classy and good. And I am probably going to play this while this video is uploading. Joe Bonamassa Redemption. This is Joe Bonamassa's new studio album. I was gutted. I was away when this was released. But yeah, I plan to get on this album very quickly. This will probably be my favourite album of the year. I absolutely adore the cover. Great cover, one of Joe's best. The singles for this album have been awesome. So I am very much expecting to enjoy this one a lot. It's a double vinyl. I'll show you one of them because I did get the transparent yellow copy. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. Love the labels as well. And yeah, so far, judging by the singles, I am actually kind of thinking this might outdo his previous album, Blues Desperation. The singles for this one are better than the singles for that one. And that's my favourite Joe album so far, his last one. So considering the singles are better, and he's been on a bit of a winning streak, this has a lot of great potential behind it. So I'm very much looking forward to playing that. And then here we've got, I might have shown this one in my last update. I really can't remember, so I'm just going to show it again quickly. This is the reissue of Secret Messages by ELO. Why am I buying this? Because there's a couple tracks that are exclusive to this. 6 additional tracks on the LP for the first time. So basically this is the album that Jeff wanted to release. But then the record label said, no. I find this funny though on the hype sticker. It's got this giant hype sticker. It says, the Legendary Double Album. Is it legendary? I don't think so. And the last pre-order, which I've got to show, is a soundtrack. And that is to Avengers Infinity War. Probably the most epic film I've ever watched. And the music in it was quite good for a Marvel film. I mean, I say that, really thinking about it, Marvel have had some good soundtracks. Iron Man, Black Panther, both Guardians, Thor Ragnarok, The Winter Soldier, and now this one. There's some good music out there for Marvel films. So yeah, this is cool. Let's picture this. It's beautiful. I love it. And then this item here was not a pre-order, but I ordered this online. I've already shown this in my last video because I just reviewed this album. And that is the Kinks' debut album, The Kinks. I have started to get into the Kinks. It's an original copy of their first album. Okay. So now on to the record shops. Now I hit 6 record shops, but I only purchased records in 3 of them. And one of the 3 that I purchased records from, I only bought 1 record in. So basically all of these came from 2 shops. Can't remember what shops each record come from. I've literally just kind of put them in a pile from least interesting to most interesting of what I think. So anyway, we're just going to go through this pile. So starting off, we've got JJ Cale album, Really, which was really cheap. This one store actually had a load of JJ Cale stuff. I couldn't remember which ones I owned and which ones I didn't. So they only had his early stuff, like really early, like his first 5 albums. Couldn't remember which ones I owned and which ones I didn't. I knew I didn't own this one, and they had like 4 different copies of it. This one was like £2 more expensive than the others, purely because it has this silver reflect on the logo here, whereas all the others were just grey. So I thought, well, that's cool. I'll get the silver one. Why not? It shines. It's a bit nicer. So this album had one really good song. Well, I don't know. I haven't played the album yet, but it had one big song on which I know, and that's Liars, which is a really good song. So yeah, really cool. Just having a quick flick through here, just see if I can see Eric Clapton's name on it. Don't think Eric Clapton played on that one. Next up, Eurythmics fans, we got We Two Are One, which is really nice. I was really debating whether to get this one. It was £2, which is amazing for a Eurythmics album. But there's like this pinky bit down here. But I thought, you know what? The vinyl's in great condition. I'll get it. And then the album kind of does one of these flipperoo things, which is kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, really love the Eurythmics. I'm trying to build on them a lot, as you could tell, because I've got another album here. A very famous album here. Be Yourself Tonight. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So yeah, very cool. I don't know if this is a live one. I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. I'm still new to the Eurythmics. I absolutely love them. Their hits are great, and I've played 3 of their albums now, and I've absolutely adored all of them. So I know I'm going to become a big Eurythmics fan. I'm still learning with them. And then this is the one which came from a record shop by itself. Literally one record shop I walked in and just bought this. And it's the last Eurythmics record I have to show, and that is Savage. This one was a bit pricey. This was £9, which might be a bit much for this one, but it's in such beautiful condition. I was like, I can't leave this behind. It's too nice. It's too nice. And I hear this album's really good as well. I love the cover. Love it. Very cool. They all have their original inserts and whatnot as well. And then here we have a still in shrink copy of U2's Wide Awake in America. So this is a live album that U2 put out in the mid-80s. I think it was 84? Is it 84? 85. This copy is actually made in the US, which is probably why it's still in shrink. But yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of good stuff on here. So yeah. Next one up is another very cheapo one I bought. Really want to get some more John Martin. Unfortunately, John Martin stuff tends to go for a bit of money. Because I had the opportunity to pick up a few other John Martin albums. It's just they were a bit pricey, and I was like, I want to, but I can't. So, but anyway, I did pick up this one because it was cheap. It's a live album. This is called Foundations. Not a fan of the cover, I'm not going to lie. You can see a little picture of the stage there, which is gloss, which is nice. The rest of it's matte. So that kind of works well. And then there is the back, and there's the tracks. So he does quite a few good songs on here. He does May You Never, which is one of my personal favourite songs of his. And John Wayne, which is also another really cool song. Now, of course, talking about Paul Weller earlier on in the video, I always hit up the Paul Weller section. Always want to... Any opportunity to get a Paul Weller jam, Style Council record is always a great opportunity. I'm only missing two jam records, and all the record shops had neither of the two I was missing, unfortunately. Paul Weller solo. One record shop actually had his first album for only £30, which I know is a good deal for that, but I already own it, so I let that one go. And they also had his second album, one shop, but it was like $50, and I was like, no, I'll just get the reissue. But I did find a Style Council record, which is nice. This is my first album of theirs, Our Favourite Shop. I really love this cover. I've literally been looking at it, studying it. There's loads of cool pictures on the back. You can see a load of cool things, like you see John and Paul there, and you can also see John's head just popping up over here. I spotted some other bits on it. non-Beatle. I forget what they were. I can't remember now. But it's a really cool cover, and I love the design of this record. It's one of them where the record actually comes out from the inside. Comes out of here. So yeah, really cool. Really cool to get my first Style Council record there. I've listened to them online. I really like their music. I say Paul Weller's just great. I'm so scared to get into his solo stuff because I know it's pricey. I'm kind of hoping that they pump out some more reissues soon of his, because they done 4 of his albums and then put the brakes on. I also picked up a 12-inch single from the Style Council. It didn't matter. Not big fan on singles, whether they're 12-inch or 7 inches. But I just love this cover so much. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick that up. I like it. This is a cool one. This is like the most Beatles-ish related one we're going to get here. This is an album which I played many years ago and really enjoyed. And I've just never picked it up. And I saw it for about, I think this was £10. About the going rate for it probably. But it's an original first press mono in beautiful condition. I was like, you know what? Today's the day I buy this record. So I bought it. And that's Postcard from Mary Hopkin, which is really cool. I love this cover. I'm going to take this one out, show you guys, because this is really cool. It's just nostalgic getting records like this. It takes me back to my Beatle days. So it's got that really cool 60s laminated look, which we had here in the UK to records, which I absolutely adore. I love it when records do that. And then there is the back cover. It doesn't have Those Were the Days on it, which of course is her big single. And the song which I love from her is also not on here, Goodbye, which I still think Paul McCartney should have kept for the White Album. And then the record is where it's cool. Look at this. We got an original Apple. Look at that. That is so cool. It's so cool to get one of these again. Just because, you know, I the only time I ever really bought records with the Apple logo on, of course, were Beatles stuff. It's been so long since I bought my Beatle records. It's just really cool to get another mono Apple label. So cool. I love it. But yeah, so that was really fun to buy, actually, that one. It really took me back to about, I don't know, must have been about 8 years ago now. I was really into getting Beatles stuff, so it's been a while. Next one up, I actually already have this, but I couldn't leave it behind because I knew it was so rare. So I got another copy. This is my 4th copy of Led Zeppelin 2. I never do this. I very, very rarely double up on albums. This is a rare for me. Never ever did I think I'd buy another copy of this album. I've got plenty. I've got enough. Why have I bought another copy of it? Well, this was only £10. Okay? It's in really good condition. So, bearing in mind it was only £10. So I just took it out and thought, it's quite a nice copy actually. I thought, it's probably just as good a condition as mine, maybe even better. Looking over it, I thought, very nice. I wonder. And I wondered correctly. We've got an original Red Plum label there of Led Zeppelin 2. And the funny thing is, I was so excited when I found it. I was like, it was only £10. Because I know this thing goes for a lot more than £10. I was like, I've got to buy it. And then I started to think, I've got one other Led Zeppelin album at home on the Red Plum. I started to think about it and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Led Zeppelin 2. So I think I've actually got 2 copies of this now, but this is better than my other one. But it's just so awesome to find a copy of this so cheap. The thrill that I had when I found it was incredible. I love finding rare records for cheap prices. Couldn't leave it behind. I was so excited about it, so I bought it. And then the reality kicked in when I got home that, I've already got this. But anyway, nevertheless, very cool. Love Led Zeppelin. Next one up, again, this is kind of one of those cool items. I saw this. I already have both of these albums, but I thought, you know what? I actually really like this. I'm going to buy it. And this is a double pack LP, which I've seen done before for the Electric Light Orchestra's first 2 albums, but I haven't picked that one up yet. It's funny, I did see that one in one of the record shops, actually, but it was just really overpriced. Where they put the Electric Light Orchestra's debut and then ELO 2. Like, you have the front cover of ELO and then the back cover of ELO 2. Done the same thing here for The Who, and I've got a quick one with The Who Sellout, which I really like. I kind of liked, I don't know. It was cheap, and I thought it was kind of just unique. I like the idea of it, and you open up the gatefold and you got the back cover to a Sellout, and you got, sorry, a quick one, and the back cover to a Sellout. I don't know. I just really liked it. I know some people are going to be looking at the camera now like, what? Why? And it seems pointless to me. But I just find it fun. I thought it was a cool little purchase. They're on their original Track Records label. So yeah, I broke down and was like, yeah, you know what? I'm done. I'll buy that. I love that. That's fun. I was looking at it for ages. And I just kind of went in the end, you know what? Get it. You've been looking at it for ages. Buy it. So I did. Okay, we got 3 more to go. These next 3 are really cool. I absolutely love this album cover. I've got this album already. I've got the reissue of it with its original cover where this person is in a dress. But I love this cover so much, and I had yet to own it, so I found it for a good price and I picked it up. This is the man who sold the world, David Bowie. Look at that cover. I love it. I don't know what it is about it. I just think it's really nostalgic to the times. Yeah, this is a great album. Absolutely love this album. So yeah, it is the reissued later press, but very cool. Very cool. Got 2 more up. And this is where the Pink Floyd fans might get excited because they're both Pink Floyd. I never thought I'd buy this album because I have heard this album. I heard it when it came out and I wasn't a fan of it. And the vinyl just hasn't seemed to go down. The vinyl is still like £35, ridiculous amounts. And I'm like, I'm not paying that for this album. But I finally did pick up Pink Floyd's The Endless River, which is technically the only Pink Floyd album I was missing. So I got the Discovery box set. So I do own all of Pink Floyd's albums other than this one. So it was kind of crucial that I would have to pick it up at some point. Guess how much this was, guys? I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Considering, like, even everywhere, it's like at least £30 here in the UK plus. This album has just not come down in price. Because it was out of shrink, and the previous owner put the sticker on the cover. This is why they knocked the price down. That sticker can come off, though. I've had a little peel back, and I'm like, yeah, it can come off if I really want to take it off. So, because the sticker was on it and it was out of shrink, they only wanted £10 for this. All over that. Love that. That's great. And it's a beautiful record. Even though I'm not a big fan of this album, this is a beautiful record. It's got this amazing matte feel to it, which I love. So nice. And there's the back cover. Both records are in amazing condition with their glossy inner sleeves. As you can see, like new. And it still has the book. Because the book was kind of a breaker for me. I was like, well, if you don't have the book, I think I'm going to leave it. But it did. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this. Why not? Today's the day I finally buy The Endless River. And, you know, £10, I couldn't believe it. It's like, because I knew eventually, like, when I'd got every other Pink Floyd album, I was going to have to go on Amazon and just be like, let's throw £30 down the drain and just get myself complete on Pink Floyd. But no, I'm very happy to pay £10 for this. I'll say that. £10, no bother. So yeah, there we go. And then the next item up, also being Pink Floyd. This is A Saucerful of Secrets, which is their second album, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's their second album. I know Pink Floyd fans are going to be screaming at me right now. Love the cover. And again, you'll notice it's got the original gloss cover. This is a very old copy of this album. This was only £10 as well, surprisingly. It's got the laminated look. Love it. Turn it around, you can see the fold over corners there, the original that the originals had. Very cool. And then it's in very nice condition. Even the record's in great condition. See there's barely any marks on it. It's amazing. So yeah, I don't know Pink Floyd records too well. Don't know the value of them, but I got a feeling this one's worth a bit more than £10. Very nice. I'm slowly getting complete on Pink Floyd. They're a great band. I really enjoy their music. So I do really want to get complete on them soon. And yeah, I feel like these record shops, I had many opportunities to get many other Pink Floyd records. So I feel like if I go out to these record shops again, I feel like that's the way to get complete on Pink Floyd for me. But anyway, that is it, guys, for this vinyl update. Oh my god, wow. That's probably going to be it for another 2 months. I'm kidding. I actually really enjoy going record shopping. So I'm going to probably try and do that again in the next couple months. So there'll be another one at some point where I'm in London. Might try and film this time. I had opportunities to film this time, I can't lie. I just didn't because I was so in the moment, just so enjoying. Because I hadn't done it in so long, I was pulling records out left, right and centre going, oh my god, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy the whole shop. So I'll try and film next time for you guys. But nevertheless, that is it for this final update, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed this one. Final updates are always my favourite videos to film because I get to talk about a load of different stuff, a load of different artists. It's very cool. But nevertheless, that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it as always. Please hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye bye.